Ever imagine yourself running the show at one of those busy betting shops? You know, the ones with the screens showing all the races? Well, we got a ton of info sent in from RoleCatcher about what it takes to be a betting manager. And let me tell you, it's not just about knowing the odds.
It's way more than that.
Exactly. So get ready to dive deep because today we're tackling a job that's a wild mix of like management, customer service, even some serious data analysis. Surprised?
A lot of people are. It's really about making tough decisions and fast when the stakes are high.
Okay, so RoleCatcher calls it organizing and coordinating, but like, what does that even mean on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, give us the down low.
Right. We're talking handling money, training staff, dealing with those late-night crowds. What's that really like?
And picture this, it's the biggest race day of the year, your best cashier calls out sick at the last minute, and boom, a new regulation drops about how much people can bet. Chaos. How do you handle that as a betting manager?
Oh man, I see where those top skills they list on RoleCatcher come in coordination, monitoring, critical thinking. Not what I'd expect.
Nope, this isn't just about math. It's about managing people, managing money, making judgment calls on the spot. Things move fast in this industry, and it's only getting more data-driven.
So, way more than your grandma's bingo night.
You got that right. You might even be managing the company's website, dealing with customer issues online. You need those digital skills, and you got to be able to adapt, like, constantly.
Speaking of adapting, RoleCatcher lays out this super clear career path. You start as a betting shop assistant, and you can climb all the way up to senior betting manager.
I like how they give real-life examples for each level. Makes it way more relatable.
Yeah, they have this one quote from a betting shop supervisor. It says, and I'm reading this directly, "Through the analysis of sales data, I have identified opportunities for improving profitability and implemented strategies to drive success." So cool.
See, they're not just placing bets, they're analyzing trends, using data to help the business actually make money.
Exactly. And as you move up, you're thinking bigger picture. A senior betting manager might oversee multiple locations, even come up with strategies for the whole company. They say the job market for this is supposed to grow by 5% in the next 10 years. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
But there's always but. Let's be real for a sec. RoleCatcher doesn't sugarcoat the tough stuff either. Long hours, super stressful environment, and those regulations that never seem to stop changing.
That's where being able to adapt is so important. Like we were saying before, you could be amazing with people, you could know all the odds in your sleep, but if you can't roll with the punches when some new rule comes down the pipe,
You're toast.
exactly. You've got to stay ahead of the game in this business.
You know, it's funny you should mention that, this whole adapting thing.
Yeah.
Because one thing that really jumped out at me from the RoleCatcher stuff was how much they emphasize, like, actually interacting with customers.
Oh, for sure.
It's not just about the numbers and the bets. It's like you become the face of the place. You're the one building relationships with the customers. And let's face it, some of those betting shop regulars.
They can be quite the characters, right?
Totally, yeah.
And I think that's what might surprise people about this job. There's so much variety in what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You've got the whole management side, hiring, training.
Keeping the team motivated.
Yeah, motivating your team. Exactly.
But then you've got this whole other thing of dealing with the public face-to-face all day long.
All day, every day. And let's not forget, you will have to deal with difficult customers at some point.
Oh, guaranteed.
That's just part of it. They even mentioned in the materials, right? Handling cash, the late hours. It can get pretty hectic. Not exactly a quiet little office job.
Definitely not.
You got to be able to handle a bit of pressure, that's for sure.
Not for the faint of heart.
Not at all. And now with so much betting moving online, you might even have to manage a team that's working remotely.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that.
Adds a whole other level, doesn't it?
It really does.
But, you know, it all comes back to that adaptability we were talking about.
Being able to roll with the punches.
Exactly. If you can think on your feet, you love the fast-paced energy of betting, and you can handle the pressure, this could be a really great career path.
Stressful, but exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
For the right person, it can be incredibly rewarding, both personally and professionally.
Definitely. You know, this whole conversation about adapting and like handling different situations,
Yeah.
it actually makes me think of something else RoleCatcher mentioned. They talk about problem betting.
Right. Right.
And it feels like that's a really important thing to bring up here because it speaks to this whole other side of the job, the ethical responsibility that comes with it.
Oh, absolutely. They don't go into a ton of detail on that specific aspect, but it's definitely something anyone who wants to be a betting manager needs to be ready for.
It's not just about like making money for the company.
Not at all. You're dealing with real people, and there are real risks involved.
So you need to be able to recognize when someone might be in trouble.
Yeah. recognize those signs, and then know what to do, how to intervene, what resources are out there.
It's a lot to take on.
It is, and honestly, I think it takes a certain kind of person to be able to handle that side of things well. It's not just about managing a business. It's about looking out for people.
It's true. You're not just taking bets. You're dealing with people's lives in a way.
Yeah, it's a huge responsibility, and I think that's something that a lot of folks probably don't realize about this line of work.
They see the excitement, the fast pace, the money maybe.
Exactly, but
But
there's a whole other side to it, a human side, that's just as important.
it's about finding that balance.
Right, 100%. You want to create a fun, engaging atmosphere, for sure, but you also have to promote responsible gambling.
Make sure it's enjoyable for everyone, but also safe.
Exactly. It can't just be about the bottom line.
So as we wrap up our deep dive here, I'm curious, for anyone listening who might be thinking, hey, this betting manager thing, maybe that's for me.
Yeah, good question.
What's the one thing you really want them to take away from all of this?
I'd say it's the variety. Like, you're not going to be bored in this job, that's for sure.
Definitely not.
It's fast-paced. Every day is different. And you need such a wide range of skills to really succeed.
You got to know how to run a business,
For sure.
but you also got to be good with people, able to adapt on the fly.
Oh, and having a strong moral compass, that's crucial in this line of work.
That's a lot to juggle.
It is.
Yeah.
It definitely is. But for the right person, someone who thrives in that kind of environment.
Someone who loves a bit of a challenge.
Exactly. And who really gets a thrill from, the whole world of betting and gaming.
It could be the perfect fit.
Absolutely. And don't forget, this whole industry is changing so quickly. What's true today might be totally different in a couple of years.
Oh, yeah, you got to be ready to learn and adapt constantly.
All the time.
Well, on that note, I think it's a safe bet to say that things are only going to get more interesting in the world of betting.
You got that right.
And for anyone listening who's even more intrigued by this career path after today, awesome. We've covered a lot of ground, from those unexpected skills you need to the rewards and, let's be honest, the challenges that await.
It's not all sunshine and roses.
No, but it definitely sounds exciting for the right person. Hopefully this deep dive has given everyone a clearer picture of what it really means to be a betting manager. Until next time, keep exploring those career paths, and we'll be back to dive into another one soon.